Good morning, friends. Welcome. As you see from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking today about sleep. Hope you had a good night's sleep last night. I did. I had a biofeedback session yesterday, and so I slept pretty well last night. But a lot of times I'll wake up at 3 a.m., so I'm kind of interested in this and how it relates to healing glaucoma and cataracts. And, that's my main interest these days is because I was diagnosed with glaucoma and cataracts not too long ago. So they had suggested surgery, and I don't want people cutting on my eyes. So I'm trying to find alternative things to do and coming up with some interesting ways that support the eye drops because I take eye drops. I don't take them like I'm supposed to, but I do take eye drops. And I'm going to do a whole thing on eye drops and the chemicals in them and how they affect us, and if you keep taking them, if your body gets dependent on it. These are all questions that I have for the doctor. So I want to do an in-depth thing, maybe even an interview. That would be nice. Anyway, welcome. My name is Marcia. And if you're new here, that's wonderful. I'm new too. I haven't done many YouTube uh, videos, and I don't know how to edit yet. So this is going to go straight through, no editing, and let's hope it goes well. So first off, if you wake up during the night at 3 a.m., the first thing they said is try to just lay there if you can lay flat and just try to go, don't try to go back to sleep, but just lay there. If you have to go to the bathroom, try to avoid it if all necessary. Or, I mean, if you can do it, if you can not go to the bathroom. But if you have to get up, one key thing they said is don't turn on any lights. Have a night light or something so you can see your way so you don't trip over things. But don't turn on bright lights, the overhead lights, because that tells your body time to wake up, time to get going. And so your brain will start going. So that was one tip that I took away that was pretty good is don't turn on the lights. And then breathing. They said that breathing exercise helps. If you breathe in to the count of 6, like through your nose, breathe in to the count of 6, hold it for the count of 8, and then exhale through your mouth at the count of 8. And do that. He said like 20 times. I only get to like maybe 4 or 5 times, and then I'm going out. But he said, the interview guy on Diary of a CEO said that you can't, your mind won't ruminate while you're counting. So that has something to do with, and the breathing exercise. I also found out that if you have blackout curtains, any outside light, you want it totally dark. And what I use is a sleep mask, and it's comfortable and it blocks out everything, and it makes going to sleep a lot easier too if you don't have any light, and it tells your body shut down, time to go to sleep. They also said to make sure you don't watch TV and have that blue light like an hour before bed, to do something like reading or meditation or praying or, talking on the, well, I guess talking on the phone would be okay too, but who wants to talk on the phone at night? So that's it. And then another tip was to keep your room cool that you sleep in, so that I guess when you sleep, your body goes through different temperatures. So at 3 a.m., especially then, your body is heating up. And if it's hot in your room, you're going to wake up because you're hot. So if you go to sleep in a cool room and sleep through a cool room, I remember when I was a kid, my grandparents had a 2-story old farmhouse, and we slept in these big, huge bed. Well, to me, they were huge because I was a little kid. Real soft, comfortable beds with these big, comfy comforters and fluffy blankets and pillows because there was no heat. And so the room was cold, but you were warm under the covers. But your head and that was uh, uh, exposed. And we slept really good. Get up early. Of course, we were young, back then. But that's what it reminded me of, is sleeping in that old farmhouse. I drove by there the other day, and it didn't look like the big old farmhouse I remember. It was still there, but uh, way different than the memories I had as a kid. So another tip I had was what kind of bedding. Uh, if you have wool is really good. Cotton, linen, bamboo, natural fibers. Because if you get the microfibers, I did a video on microplastics. That's what you're breathing in at night. So they go in and can get lodged in your brain too. I know it sounds weird, but even polyester clothing that, especially if you sweat in it, if your bedding, your pillow, your night clothes have any polyester or man-made nylon or anything like that in it, once you start sweating, it releases something in it, and you can get these microplastics, and that causes dementia. So if it's going in our brain and in our eye area, it only makes sense that to keep a clean sleeping area is wise. I got from, I think it's called Wool Rich or Wool, something off the internet, a pad that you put on your mattress that's wool. And wool helps keep any mold, because when you sweat at night, or moisture and skin sloughing off, and that mites and things like that happen. So wool is a natural antiseptic, antibody. It's something where it helps create a cleaner sleeping area, and it won't allow the mold or any kind of dust mites or anything like that to survive. So another thing I did was I put a diatomaceous earth. If you've ever heard of that, there's a food grade diatomaceous earth, and I vacuumed my mattress really good. Then I put that on. Then you put a cover on it. You can have a zip up one or one that goes over it, and that will kill any kind of dust mite or any kind of thing that's maybe living in there. I mean, it's kind of creepy to think about, but that's something you can do, and it's cheap and available, and you can put it like in your dog. Well, I don't know if you put it in your dog bed, because don't want to breathe it in. If you use it, you put a mask on, because it's real fine powder, and you do not want to breathe it in. So you use a mask if ever you use it. Now, none of this is medical advice. This is just stuff I found off the internet that seemed to work, and I'm just passing it on to you, and uh, hopefully it'll help somebody out there. Also, it's have light bulb going, oh yeah, I could do that. So when we sleep, they're part of the thing that they covered was that our cells repair and generate during sleep. How important that is, because we need that for our eyes too. Inflammation comes down, hormones rebalance, and your brain clears out toxins when you sleep. That's what this guy on Gaia, the CEO, he's a sleep specialist, and that's all he does is uh, study sleep and how it affects the human body. So it's not only important for our eyes, but for our overall health. And if we're cognizant of that, it's going to help our eyes. It just makes sense. We take care of our bodies, exercise, eat whole foods that get enough sunlight, get enough vitamin D. Found out that vitamin D and your triglycerides. My vitamin D was low. My triglycerides were high. Boom, glaucoma. So I've been trying to get my vitamin D up. And it's living here on the Oregon coast where it's gray, like a lot of time during the day, it's hard to get out and get some good sunlight. So I take supplement, vitamin D, and doesn't seem like it's coming up quickly. It takes a while. You got to keep at it. And every day, take your supplements and, keep on it. So let's see. If you wake up at 3 a.m., don't panic. It says, don't check the clock. That's another thing they said. Don't grab your phone, because when you do, your brain shifts into, oh, it's time to wake up. And stress hormones go up. And now your body thinks it's time to wake up. So instead, we need to just rest. Even if you're not asleep and you're just resting in bed, that's good. And it helps your body to relax. And just remind yourself, I'm okay. Everything's fine. I'm here. I'm comfortable. Talk to yourself good. See, here's a few gentle habits that support better sleep. They said, go to bed at the same time each night. Get sunlight during the day. Limit screen times before bed and create a calming nighttime routine because your body loves consistency. And it says that sleep is not just physical, it's emotional. Your body needs to feel safe in order to fully rest. So if you wake up, be kind to yourself, not frustrated or fearful. Now, I have some, I'll try to link it in the description, some, what do you call it? Essential oils. And you rub it on the bottom of your feet. It's called Serenity. You rub it on your bottom of your feet or like right here on your wrists. You can put it behind your neck too. And it helps calm you and go to sleep. So if you do it before you go to bed, you can also put it in a diffuser by your bed with water and put a couple drops in there, and then it'll diffuse in your bedroom while you sleep. And that's really good. I just ran across my diffuser again, so I'm going to start doing that. So just remember to support reduced stress. Let's see, when I stopped fighting sleep, started respecting my body, I felt calmer. So, and it says that sleep cycles naturally shift throughout the night. So according to the sleep research, we move between deep and lighter stages of sleep. So brief waking up is totally normal. It's just teaching yourself to relax, go back to sleep. And they said don't try to sleep. Excuse me, because when you try to sleep, then you wake up more. That's why I was saying the counting thing, do the breathing and counting. Another thing that you can do is start with your toes and just visualize relaxing. And then just slowly go up your body, relaxing. Relax your calves, relax your knees, relax your thighs. Go all the way up to relaxing. Because sometimes when you get up to your head and your shoulders and that, you find you're tense. And, that makes it hard to go to sleep. So I hope some of this has helped you and covered some of the habits that maybe you can take away a thing or two. That would be wonderful. And if you'd like to comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. And as always, thank you for joining me, and be kind to yourself and be kind to others.